Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kalkadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, to the Akim Aqua, throughout the four corners of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth and diligence of mind to the gospel Lord Amashak Yahushai in these days and times. This is Brother Menashe with the DC camp, short lesson for the hopeful elect. And it's no strange mystery that the elites of this world have been investing in packages, or let me just say programs. They have contingency plans to protect their so-called investments. All right, and they've been consulting with all these security security companies, investment companies, to protect their wealth. And when they understand that chaos, the instability of society is going to be heavy, upon the horizon, in the future, according to prophecy, then they're going to be nervous and anxious, man, to invest in bunkers. And that's just one idea that they are obsessed with. They have secret locations that they would love, to hide in, from the indignation of the Lord. And it's all prophecy. And the day, they've accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, to generate wealth. But to have a secured lifeline is one thing that they're still trying to figure out. And that's what is elusive to them. And the scripture tells you that it's going to be bad, in these last days, man. When the violence upon the earth shall increase, when the third world cometh, it's going to be bad. The Lord has to shake the earth. All right. So I'm going to read from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. All right. It's just things to remind you of what's to happen. So, Ezekiel 7 and 17, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. All right, so folks are going to be stressed out, man. Even the men of the Lord are going to have to go through the difficulties of the straight gate, man. The times of tribulation, the times of Jacob's trouble. You have to accept the refining process that the Lord has to put us through. You know, if the Lord has deemed you as His precious jewel, expect to go through that eye of the needle. Expect to go through the fire to be refined. Your faith has to be refined. And that's where a lot of people get scared, even the enemies of the Lord. Now, verse 18 says, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. So, folks are not going to have the delicacy of this world like they used to when the economy was functioning, was clicking on all cylinders. The so-called wealthy would not be sleeping well because the environment in which they've used to gain all their wealth and security is no longer there anymore, man. It's total chaos. So now they will have to play the so-called waiting game, and they don't know if that chaos is going to make it to their front door. They don't know who among them in these so-called secure locations is going to have a nervous breakdown and turn on them. All right. 19 says what? They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. And that's one thing that the Lord has made sure, they will feel, His wrath. And when they know they have no stake, they have no stake, they have no reservations on the Lord's list of salvation, they're gonna be nervous, man. They're gonna be upset. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So, yeah, so the Lord has to shake the earth, man. The Lord has to shake the heavens. All right. So all the mindset of them having confidence is gonna be evaporated, man. It's gonna evaporate away. It's just gonna in the twinkling of an eye, man. A chaotic environment is not gonna be attractive for them to make money from anymore. So now they're gonna be worrying about their livelihoods, their lives, the lives of their families. So it's just part of the journey that the Lord has allowed, to be embarked on this earth, man. Folks got to go through the heat. Okay, the Lord has to, scale up His anger upon the earth. So it's what we're looking forward to. So I'll play this clip real quick. It's from one of these authors that has come across the elites of this world, and they ask him several questions about how they could, stay safe in these last days.
Was invited to do what I thought was a talk to like bankers or something at a resort. And instead of me going out on stage to do a talk, they brought these five guys into the green room who started peppering me with all these questions about the digital future, Bitcoin or Ethereum and augmented reality or virtual reality. I figured it was one of these things where it's just these five billionaires looking for, investment strategies from someone who's on the ground in the cyber revolution. And eventually they got around to the question of, Alaska or New Zealand. Right? So they wanted to know mainly how to prepare for the inevitable collapse of society. And the question we spent most of the time on was, how do I maintain control of my security force after the event? Because their money's going to be worthless and these guys will turn on them. And it just struck me that here are the wealthiest and most powerful men I've ever encountered, yet they feel utterly powerless to influence the digital future. That the best they can do is prepare for the inevitable collapse and, insulate themselves from the reality that they're creating by earning money in the way they're earning it. And it was sad, but it was indicative of the way these folks are thinking. The high-level billionaires like the Elon Musks and Jeff Bezos, they want to get off the planet altogether. Really just leave us behind. But the mid-level billionaires who can't afford rocket ships, they want to build, bunkers and secret communities and get robot guards and to protect themselves from the rest of us.
And that's one thing that is bothering them, man. That's why they're losing sleep. They're watching the man of the Lord, the man of Yahweh Shai, and they can't handle. They can handle the harsh judgment that the Lord is bringing upon the earth. All right, so it's gonna be beautiful, man, to see what the Lord, is gonna reward them with. All right, so let's read this real quick. It's one of the beautiful precepts that we have to remember. Psalms chapter 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And this is for the elect. of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, man. You have that grace, to be covered by the Lord. Your faith is covered by the Lord. To trust in Him in the times of adversity. And verse 2 says, I will say to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shema Kakadash, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. Yeah. So, the elites of this world don't have this opportunity to trust in the Lord, man. That's not what the Lord was able to afford them with. They were not called, to trust in the Lord. They've maintained their grip and oppressive policies upon the earth, just like what they're doing, with this immigration program, as they're making money off detaining people, in the private prison system. That's what this immigration raid is all about. It's about making money for themselves. When people can no longer have a bed, a spot in the federal detainment prisons, you know, now they gotta move them into private prisons. That's what all this immigration stuff is all about, And your so-called congressmen and senators and people, are going to invest in these private prison corporations. So it's going to get ugly, and the Lord already has a response for that. So now we go to the book of Psalms, chapter 11, and read verses 5 and 6. What does it say? The Lord tried the righteous. All right, so you have to be tested by the Lord. The Lord is going to vet you. The Lord is going to make you go through that eye of the needle. He's going to make you go through that fire. But the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hated. So when the Lord hates, there's nothing, that person can do to, to overcome it. Man. The Lord has condemned the person. There's nothing they can do. And that's one thing the elites of this world are struggling with, that they are on the Lord's hit list. They're on the Lord's condemnation list. That's why they can't have peace and safety like the elect will get, in the last days, man. Our faith is secured despite whatever happens. We're able to, trust in the Lord. But then, they just worry on till the end, you know. And then verse 6 says, Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And that's just what the Lord has destined for the elites of this world that have caused so many Israelites, to live in an oppressive system. And the Lord is a just power, so He has to recompense people according to their works. So we read from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, and look at verse 13. What does it say? But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. So that the time of rulership is at an end. The limit is decreasing, 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 decreasing. Their power is waning. All right, their power is evaporating. Their grip on the minds of the people is evaporating. The people, the minds of the, just like the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, so are the minds of the people. And when the Lord tries to, you know, spread, authorize that spirit of liberation around the earth to uncover the works of darkness, then the elites of this world will not be able to deceive people like they wants to, like they always did. All right, the spirit of deception is losing its power upon the earth. Now all that's left for Israel to do is push that spirit of fear, the spirit of coercion, When people know that they can no longer be deceived, now they just have to muster up the courage not to give in anymore. And that's one thing that the man of the Lord have to walk on. You have to walk on that spirit of enduring until the end. A lot of people are not going to be able to endure until the end. They're just going to, break, you know, break character, break frame. They're going to fumble. They're going to snap and just give in to the agenda of the elites. But the elect will not fall into that category. All right. Yep. So Ecclesiastes 8 and 13, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow. All right. If there's a shadow, what's going on? That means brightness. The times of darkness is coming to an end. The times of ignorance coming to an end, because he feared not before Yahweh. So that's just what happens, man. The light is gaining momentum. It's gaining ground. It's gaining ground. You know, that's the beautiful thing about this ministry. It shows you exactly how the Lord is about to bring down the power structure of the elite. So we go into the book of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 23. It says, "What the fear of the Lord tended to life." And that's what we have to hold on to. As men of the Lord, we have to hold on to that fear. We have to fear the Lord's, you know, uh, character. His integrity is not something you just overlook. If the Lord is greatly to be feared, you have to stick to that mindset. And he that hath it shall abide satisfied. So when you fear the Lord, you will have nothing to worry yourself about, man. Your concern will be focused on pleasing the Lord. You understand what's expected of you and how to maintain your composure when you are being tried, all right? And he shall not be visited with evil. So when the Lord brings evil upon the earth, you will not, you know, falter. Your mind will not break, you know? Just like when we're in the kingdom of Egypt, when the plagues were coming, the times of the Passover, the Lord was with us. So as we're going through this time again, the Lord's going to be with us. That's one thing we all have to remember. We have to make it through Egypt, make it through the plagues coming upon Egypt. The elites of Egypt were upset that they were getting jacked up, and now they have to go through that phase again. The elites of Esau's kingdom have to go through that phase again. Now we are going to read the book of Isaiah. 29 and 6. And what does it say? Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashai Bashim Kakadash of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And that's the chaos that the man of the Lord has been warning the people about, that the world is about to be blasted. The chaos, the destruction that is being brought upon the earth is to uproot the power of Esau, to destroy Esau's infrastructure. That's the final end of Esau reigning upon the earth. That's why this destruction is coming, is to separate the power of good from evil, to separate the power of sin from the power of righteousness. It's a cleansing process, and the elites of this world are upset that the Lord has authorized a process of decontamination. You know, the world has to be cleansed of all the unrighteousness. All right, so the Lord has to destroy the power structure of Esau. That's why the nuclear missiles have to be launched. You know, the destruction has to be authorized by the Lord, and the angels have to add in their their VIP signature, man, to tear up the power structure of the earth. You know, the plan that Esau is going to be able to come up on top with this third chaos, this third war, it's not going to go according to plan. You know, they were able to get away with World War I and World War II, but World War III they will not be able to get away with. All right, that's the beautiful thing about this ministry. All right, so now we know exactly what to expect. Expect the Lord to bring chaos upon the earth, you know, to destroy the confidence of the elites. So that's this lesson, and that's what it's all about. You know, that the Lord is constantly observing the works of the evil elites of this world, and you know, He's reminding them that their power, you know, is evaporating, and the time of righteousness, it's on its way. So Tawadiya Bashima Shah Bashima Kakadash for this opportunity, and you know, we put up some more lessons, you know, to keep the people, you know, updated with prophecy. Shalom.